What's up, everyone? My name is Blue, and we are back with some more Entitled Parents posts. These parents just can't get a clue. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. And with that, let's get into it. Entitled mom and her abusive son tried to give me an ultimatum for custody of our son. All or nothing, she says. Now, they have nothing. Disclaimer. I'm on mobile, summary at the bottom. Trigger warning, mentions of domestic violence. 2.5 years ago, I, a 21-year-old female, left my son's father, a 22-year-old male, who was an openly abusive jerkwad. But that's a story for another day. At the pre-court mediation, his mother, who witnessed the abuse firsthand, got in my face asking why I was leaving her son, reasoning it was only one time. One time he hit me. Not true, and final assault captured on CCTV, obtained by police, which is the main evidence in court now. Met her son when I was 14, and admittedly, we had weed smoking issues, which his parents supported at the time. We sold weed for them to get our fix. I fell pregnant at 18 and quit smoking for my baby. She was a terrible grandmother who smoked cigarettes and weed inside the house, same as the grandfather. Her own kids have problems ranging from FAS, ADHD, and GAD. They eventually tried to bully me into handing over full custody, or else they wanted nothing to do with my baby. Luckily, I had family support that day, and they had to back down. Fast forward to now, we've been in court for what feels like forever. Dad has failed multiple hair follicle tests that date back 3 months, while I've passed them all. He only visits when I or my mom says he can, as he still lives with his entitled parents and doesn't have a safe environment for our son to be in. Haven't seen them since last November for my baby's 3rd birthday, in which his dad got drunk and made a rapey comment about my older sister's clothing. Yeah, they're the type of people to get drunk at children's birthdays. This has all been written and recorded for the next court mandatory roundtable meeting on March 10th. My son and I are doing so much better now. Last year, I was accepted into university, and my son attends daycare while my mom assumes a fatherly role for him. But of course, my mom and I can't replace his need for a father figure. He clings to my uncles and brothers instead. Just wanted to share my story for anybody going through something similar. No matter who calls you bitter or mean, don't give in and don't give up. Remember, you're doing it for your child's future. Get better and give your child or children a life worth living for. In summary, Entitled Mom defends her POS son with all or nothing approach to child custody. Gets her butt handed to her slowly and legally. Edit. I didn't expect such an outpouring of love and support. Reddit can be such a wholesome place, and nobody can change my mind on that after today. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who commented and gave awards. I will be updating this post again in 2 weeks, so March 10th, with an outcome and hopefully some proof, but for privacy reasons, of course all the names will be blanked out. I really don't know what else to say except thank you again. I don't know if our poster's in-laws are necessarily entitled, more like psychotic and just, like, why would you want to put a child in that atmosphere at all? Why wouldn't you stop smoking? Like, I don't even see how there's a court battle. If I was the judge on that case, it'd be like, no, that kid's not going anywhere near those grandparents or his dad. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. How dare I build a treehouse in my own yard? Hi, Reddit. Unfortunately, I have yet another Entitled Parents story for you. This happened only a few days ago. Cast: me. Me. N, my niece, who's 7. EK, entitled Karen. TB, turd balls, Karen's demon. Story. So, I like to consider myself a pretty handy person. I can build stuff really well. Because N is back in school full-time and my sister works, N comes over to my house for a couple of hours after school. Lately, she had been talking about wanting a treehouse and how she's really sad she can't have one at her house. They live in an apartment, no backyards. I told her that I had 2 very nice trees in my backyard that we could use. You should have seen her face light up. It was like Christmas for her. I had a bunch of old sliding closet doors from a few years ago when I did some renovations. So, I decided to use those for my wood. Hashtag recycling, am I right? By the end of the first day, we have a very nice floor and a rope ladder up. The second day, right after school, N is helping me saw some wood planks for a ladder up to the crow's nest when we hear it. EK. Ahem. Me. Can we help you? I should point out, me and my neighbors share a fence, the tall kind. You can't see through it unless you were smooshing your face up against it. EK. You can't have that. Me. I'm sorry? EK. You can't have a fort. Me. Ah. And who are you? EK. I'm EK, the neighbor's friend. Me. Nice to meet you. Are you new in the neighborhood? EK. No, just chatting with the neighbor. I live on the other side of town. Me. Okay. Is there a particular reason we can't have our treehouse? EK. Yes. If my son Turdballs sees it, he'll want one too. Me. EK. Me. So, let me get this straight. We can't have our fort because if your son sees it, he'll want one? EK. Yes. Me. When you don't even live here. EK. Yes. Me. All right, N, why don't you go grab the paint cans in the garage? N and I continue with our work, me sawing, N painting her wood. About 15 minutes later, we hear an ungodly shriek. TB. Mine! This kid can't be older than 8, but he is trying to climb over our fence. TB. I want a treehouse! EK then drags him by the arm to her car, shooting me death glares the whole time. I'm not sure how to feel about this. I've never seen this woman before and haven't seen her since. So, yeah. I can't tell if Karen was at first being like semi-sarcastic or if this is a constant thing she has to deal with. And if it is, maybe she should try to nip that in the bud because I feel like it's only gonna get worse as the kid gets older. Maybe tell him, no, you can't have everything everyone else has. Kid's gonna have a hard life. And that's all the time we have today for these Entitled Parents posts. If you liked any of the stories, make sure to click that like button. And if you have anything to say about them, let us know in the comments down below. And as always, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more stories. Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you later.